Today's lesson is called Picasso's Lover in a Beret Painting Sells for $69.4 million. Hello, everyone. My name is Jeff.
I'm Roger, and today we're talking about the world of art. Open the door to the world of art. And we're going to be talking about a famous painting that was recently revealed. I guess it hadn't been sold or people didn't know it existed or something. So, of course, if it's by a famous painter like Claude Monet or Pablo Picasso in this case, people are going to want to pay high dollar, top dollar for this painting.
Yeah, people pay ridiculous amounts of money for Picasso paintings. Now, a few Picassos are fantastic and wonderful and great. Others, I'm not sure about. But one thing is for certain, if the name Picasso is attached to it and it goes up for auction, that thing is going to fetch an unbelievable price. People are willing to pay tens or even hundreds of millions of dollars for anything associated with Picasso. That being said, usually a Picasso drawing won't cost so much, but a canvas by Picasso, a painting by Picasso is definitely going to break the bank. It's going to cost you a whole lot of money if you want to buy that thing. Anyways, let's go ahead and start talking about Picasso. Picasso's Lover in a Beret. That would be the English name, although the title is in French, and we'll get to that soon. This painting, it's sold for $69.4 million. How about that? All right, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a break. But don't go away. When we come back, we'll get started with our news report.
Picasso's Lover in a Beret painting sells for $69.4 million. Pablo Picasso continues to be the most bankable of modern artists, with his 1937 piece Femme au béret et à la robe quadrille, Marie-Thérèse Walter, selling for £49.8 million, $69.4 million this past February. It was the first time the painting had been on the market. The vibrantly colored 22-inch painting is a portrait of Picasso's muse and mistress, Marie-Thérèse Walter. The £49.8 million price was the highest ever paid in pounds for a painting at auction. It was sold at Sotheby's in London, along with 3 other Picassos.
大家好，今天第一个单字我们看到的是 vibrantly。这个字当作副词，代表颜色鲜艳的、鲜明的、充满活力的意思。例如 I looked at the diamond rings shining vibrantly in the display case. 我看到钻戒在展示柜中闪闪发亮。另外，这个字去掉 ly 就是形容词 vibrant， 意思是充满生气的或是活跃的。那就可以说 The city square was filled with vibrant colors ahead of the festival. 城市广场在节庆之前充满了生气勃勃的色彩。下一个我们看到的单字是 muse， 这个字当作名词，它有创作方面的灵感来源、缪斯的意思。所以我们可以说 When writing his stories, Kevin looks to nature to be his muse. 当 Kevin 写作时，他从大自然中寻找灵感。再来我们看到的单字是 mistress， 这个字当作名词，代表情妇的意思。例如Nicole wanted to divorce her husband after she found out that he had a mistress. Nicole 发现她老公有情妇后，想要跟他离婚。
Okay, let's talk now about the title and the first part of today's lesson. The title of today's lesson is Picasso's Lover in a Beret painting sells for $69.4 million. So this is the title of Picasso's painting, Lover in a Beret. Not beret, but beret. That's those kind of round, flat hats that French people wear, especially if they're trying to look like an artist or something. A beret, like the old the old Prince song, she wore a raspberry beret, etc. So yes, that's referring to someone who wore a beret that was the color of a raspberry. But here we're talking about a lover, a person in a painting who's wearing a beret, and that's sold for a lot of money.
There you go, a beret. That's a hat worn by the French. And here we're kind of being stereotypical, okay? Not only French people wear berets, but it is a stereotypically French hat. I believe Charles de Gaulle there wore a beret. He was a member of the military. And I do believe there are military forces like the Green Berets who also do wear berets, even though the Green Berets are not a French fighting force. But
fighting soldiers from the skies, the Green Beret, etc.
Amazing. Anyways, yes, that's what a beret is. It's kind of a French hat in a stereotypical sense. But if we're being very specific, it's kind of a floppy cap that's made out of cloth or some other fabric. Anyways, let's go ahead and start talking about our painting. Pablo Picasso continues to be the most bankable of modern artists with his 1937 piece Femme au beret et à la robe quadrillée, Marie-Therese Walter, or Marie-Therese Walter, if I'm going to anglicize the whole thing. This painting, it just sold for a whole lot of money. Yes, this painting, it says here, it sold for 49.8 million pounds, which is equivalent to 69.4 million US dollars. It sold for this amount this past February. How about that? Now, it says here that Picasso is bankable. If something is bankable, okay, this thing makes money, okay? It's money making, or it's reliably profitable. It just makes people a whole lot of money in a reliable way.
If you own a Pablo Picasso painting, you can sell it for a lot of money, and then you can put that money in the bank. He's a bankable artist, and we're talking about his 1937 piece of art, his painting entitled Femme au beret et à la robe quadrillée. I hope I said that right. Of course I didn't, but I don't need to speak French perfectly in this program because we're learning English here, folks. But in any case, basically, it's a painting of a woman in a beret, and her name is Marie-Therese Walter, which we'll get to in just a second. The selling price was 49.8 million pounds. Of course, if they're going to sell this at an auction house in London, it's going to be sold in pounds. But of course, we're giving you the US dollar equivalent here, 69.4 million US dollars, and it sold for that amount of money this past February, about 5 months ago.
Like Roger said before, this is an English learning program, so we apologize in advance if our French pronunciation isn't perfect, but we're going to try our best. Femme au beret et à la robe quadrillée. It sounds French to me, but I'm pretty sure that pronunciation is off in some respects. And yes, apparently this is a painting of a woman in a beret, okay? And this woman is named Marie-Therese Walter. And here I'm just anglicizing it. Anyways, more on this painting of this lady. It was the first time the painting had been on the market. So sometimes a Picasso painting, it has been sold numerous times, or it's been put on the market more than once. What's interesting about this painting, though, is that it has never been on the market. No one has ever tried to sell that thing. Yes, if something is on the market, this thing is for sale, okay? This thing is available for a price.
Here in the next paragraph it says, the vibrantly colored 22-inch painting is a portrait of Picasso's muse and mistress, Marie-Therese Walter. So it's vibrantly colored. If something's vibrant, that means it has a lot of life. So these are very bright and energetic colors, maybe saturated colors or something like that, and it's 22 inches in size, which I assume means it measures 22 inches from one corner to the other. Like computer monitors are measured, 22-inch painting, which sounds pretty big. Not as big as Guernica, of course, but it's still a large enough painting to put on your wall and let everybody see it.
The Guernica. That's a very famous Picasso painting. Very large. Also, not really vibrantly colored at all for the most part in that painting. A lot of black, a lot of white, a little bit of gray. But this painting that we're talking about, it's not that big and it's vibrantly colored. There are all sorts of colors. These colors are strong and they stand out, and it really gives you the feeling that the painting is alive. Yes, vibrantly, by the way, is the adverb. It comes from the adjective vibrant, which we have talked about already. But one thing I can't get here is we've got a very small painting, but it's still selling for a huge amount of money, okay? Some Picasso canvases are huge. They can fill an entire wall, okay? Here, though, we're talking about just a 22-inch painting. Now, that's not miniature. It's not super small, but you're paying a huge amount of money, almost $70 million, for something that's about as big as a TV screen, okay? A medium-sized TV screen, to be clear. Anyways, it says here that this painting features Picasso's muse and mistress, and her name is Marie-Therese Walter, or Walter. Marie-Therese Walter, if we were going to anglicize that name. Anyways, we've got two more things to talk about here in this sentence. We've got the second and third vocabulary words of the day, muse and then mistress. Okay, here when we're talking about a muse, we're talking about a woman, usually. A woman who is an artist's source of artistic inspiration, okay? This muse, this person inspired Picasso and made him want to create and do amazing things with paint. Now, more specifically, muse, okay, that actually referred to a thing there back in the day. Muse was actually one of 9 Greek goddesses that was associated with the arts and sciences. But here, in this particular situation, and nowadays, a person's muse is a person who inspires that person, that other person, to do great things. And apparently Marie-Therese Walter was Picasso's muse, but that's not all. She was also his mistress, okay? A mistress is a woman who is having an affair with a married man. So Picasso and this lady, they were not married. Picasso was married to someone else, and he was carrying on this other relationship with his muse.
Yes, I understand he was quite the Casanova in his time. He was a Don Juan. He was a playboy. But in any case here, yes, he had this woman as his muse. She gave him his inspiration. She was also his mistress. And again, we're referring to this painting. The £49.8 million price was the highest ever paid in pounds for a painting at auction. Okay, maybe someone paid higher for a painting at auction in US dollars or Japanese yen or whatever, but here, if they're paying in pounds, this is the highest price anyone has ever paid for a painting that was being sold at an auction.
And it was sold at Sotheby's in London along with 3 other Picassos. Anyways, with that, folks, it's time for us to take a break, but don't go away. We'll be right back after this.
The Spanish artist met Walter in 1927 in Paris when she was only 17. She soon became his model and lover, and the two of them had a daughter, Maya. Picasso painted Femme au Béret the same year as many other of his renowned works. Among these was The Weeping Woman, which was a portrait of another of Picasso's lovers, Dora Maar. Femme au Béret and the 3 other Picassos were bought by the art firm Gur-Johns, which has offices in London and Los Angeles. The company has also bought at least 9 other Picasso works for a total of £38.9 million.
第二部分我们看到的单字是 renowned， 这个字当作形容词，它有著名的意思。例如，那个交响乐团是由一位知名的指挥领导。英文可以这么说 ：The orchestra is led by a renowned conductor.
Okay, let's talk about the next part of our lesson. Of course, we know that Picasso lived in Paris for quite some time, but he's actually not from France. He's not French at all. He's a Spanish artist. So the Spanish artist Pablo Picasso met Walter in 1927 in Paris when she was only 17. So they met in Paris in 1927. He was smitten by her. She was fascinated by him. Maybe it was love at first sight. So here it says, she soon became his model and lover, and the two of them had a daughter, Maya. So yes, he probably thought, hey, I'm a painter, and I'm always looking for a model. Would you like to drop over my studio sometime? Drop over, and I can paint you and see what you look like. So, of course, she probably agreed, and eventually, of course, they became lovers. And when you're lovers with somebody, or if you're married with them, you could possibly have children. So they did, and they had a daughter whose name was Maya.
There you go, but they weren't married, but they did have a kid, a love child named Maya. Anyways, Picasso painted Femme au Ballet the same year as many other of his renowned works. So he was on a hot streak, okay, this year. He not only painted this great painting, but many other renowned works as well. Anyways, what does this word renowned mean? It means well known, okay? If something is renowned, this thing has a good reputation. If something is world renowned, this thing has a good reputation the world over. Anyways, though, here, these renowned works are just famous, great works that Picasso produced in this particular year.
I could say, for example, that restaurant is renowned for its authentic sushi. That's a good place to go if you want some real sushi there because it's renowned for that. But in any case, yes, a lot of his famous works or his renowned works were made during this time. Now, among these was The Weeping Woman, which was a portrait of another of Picasso's lovers, Dora Maar. So, yes, he had another lover. We don't know how many lovers he actually had, but hey, if you're a famous painter and you're making lots of money, you should have no trouble finding lots of girls who want to get together with you. So he had another lover, and he painted her, and the title of that painting was The Weeping Woman, which means a woman who's kind of crying.
Also, The Weeping Woman. That's a very easy title to pronounce. It's all in English. How simple, how easy. But more on this other painting, Femme au Ballet. And the three other Picassos were bought by the art firm Johns, which has offices in London and Los Angeles. And it says the company has also bought at least 9 other Picasso works for a total of £38.9 million. Wow. This art firm must be rolling in dough. They've been able to dish out a whole lot of money to buy a whole lot of Picassos. All right, folks, with that, it is time for us to take a break, but don't go away. When we come back, we'll be wrapping up our article on Picasso.
Picasso's portrayals of the women that were his muses show the many diverse styles of his art and are said to be at the center of his creative genius. Even today, the beauty he created still shines.
第三部分我们看到的单字是 diverse。这个字当作形容词，它有多样的、多变化的或是不同的意思。所以我们可以说 The school has a diverse student body. 那间学校有很多元化的学生成员。此外，这个字的名词形态是 diversity， 代表多样性的意思。例如Rainforests are known for having impressive diversity in plants and animals. 众所皆知，雨林有令人深刻的多样性动植物。今天最后一个单字，我们看到的是 genius。这个字当作名词，它有天赋、天资或是天才的意思。所以我们可以说 Kyle has a genius for science, and he is already taking classes at the university. Kyle 有科学方面的天分，而且他已经在大学修课了。
Okay, let's wrap up our article on Picasso here. Picasso's portrayals of the women that were his muses showed the many diverse styles of his art and are said to be at the center of his creative genius. So these are portrayals of these women. A portrayal just means how you depict someone, how you show them, or how you present them, especially in a work of art, whether it be a painting or a work of literature or whatever.
There you go. It's a representation of something, okay? And usually a depiction will refer to a piece of art. That's pretty much all there is to it. Now, we also have a few other things to talk about in this sentence. We got the word diverse to talk about. I hear some people say diverse. It's okay. Diverse is an adjective. It's the adjectival form of the noun diversity. And what is diversity? Diversity is variety. Diversity is a situation or a state where there are many different and varied things all in one place. Then we have the phrase at the center of. It says here that these portrayals of these women are at the center of his creative genius. Okay, that means that these things are at the heart of his creative genius. They are important to his creative genius. They're critical to his genius or essential to his genius. Then last but not least, let's talk about the word genius. A genius is a person who is super, super smart or super, super creative. And when we're saying this, we mean that they're smart or creative to such an extent that they might even change the world.
Yes, that's a person who is very smart, but here it's referring to the fact that he is really intelligent, the fact that he is really smart. It's a tribute to his genius. It's at the center of his intelligence or his genius, etc. And even today, the beauty he created still shines. So those paintings still sell for top prices at auctions worldwide, and they probably will for centuries to come. That brings us to the end of our explanation for today. Here comes our Chinese teacher.
各位同学大家好，我是 Hanny， 我们来看今天文法重点。课文第一部分有一个单字是 vibrantly， 那这边就帮同学补充它的相关词性，先从动词 vibrate 开始。 vibrate 它表示颤动震动，那 vibration 是它的名词，表示颤动震动。好，那至于我们的形容词 vibrant 它是形容震动的颤动的，它也可以用来形容声音或是音乐是响亮的大声又有震撼力的。好， vibrant 它还可以用来形容颜色是鲜艳的鲜明的，或者是充满活力啊充满生气的，那意思就会跟 lively 很相近。当我们在 vibrant 后面加上 ly 这个副词字尾，它就变副词 vibrantly， 那就表示颜色是鲜艳的鲜明的，也可以指充满活力的。好，那再补充一个名词哦， vibrancy V-I-B-R-A-N-C-Y vibrancy 它表示活跃或是活力，是当名词。好，我们看课文第二部分有一个单字Renowned 是用来形容著名的，它除了可以摆在名词的前面修饰，还有一个常见的用法是 be renowned for 什么什么，表示以什么闻名。那意思其实就跟 be famous for、be well known for、be famed for 等等差不多，后面也都是接名词或动名词。好，那相反的我们可以用 be infamous for 或者是 be notorious for 加上名词或动名词来表达因为什么什么而恶名昭彰声名狼藉。然后特别注意的是 infamous 这个字，它的字首 in 虽然是在 famous 前面加上 n 表示否定，可是你不能把它翻译成不有名默默无名，而是要指因为负面的事情而声名狼藉，名声不好啦。好，接着读到课文第三部分的第一句， Picasso's portrayals of the women that were his muses show the many diverse styles of his art and are said to be at the center of his creative genius. 毕卡索对他的缪斯女神们的描绘展现了他迥异不同的艺术风格，那据说这也是他创作才华的核心。句子里面的 be at the center of something 字面上的意思是指是什么什么的核心，那它是用来表达说是什么的主要原因，或是成为什么的焦点。我们顺便补充一个片语 take center stage， 也可以用来表达成为主角或者是成为瞩目关注的焦点。那么 center stage 它本来是指舞台中央，也可以用来表达主要或是重要的位置。例如 The issue will likely take center stage in the next election， 这个议题很有可能成为下一届选举关注的焦点。好，那另外课文还用到一个句型 be said to 加原形动词，这表示据说怎么样怎么样。好，当我们用主词加上 be said to 加上原形动词，其实也可以把它改写成 it is said 或者是 it was said 加上 that 子句。举例来说 The castle is said to be haunted， 你也可以说成 It is said that the castle is haunted， 据说那座城堡有闹鬼。好，以上是今天的重点整理，我们接着回顾今天的单字吧。
Vibrantly. The designer's new summer line includes vibrantly colored tops and shorts. Muse. The musician lost his muse when his wife passed away. Mistress. Kathy and Landon separated when Kathy learned that her husband had a mistress. Renowned. The scientist is renowned for his theories about gravity. Diverse. This zoo has a diverse range of animals not seen anywhere else in the world. Genius. My brother is well liked and respected for his musical genius.
Discussion Starter starts now.
Here's our discussion starter for today. Do you think it is worth it to spend so much money on famous art? Why or why not?
I think famous art is worth it because these days everything is disposable. There are copies of copies of copies everywhere. But when it comes to a Picasso canvas, it's a one-of-a-kind item, okay? There are no copies of it, and if there are copies, those things are worthless. Here, you've got something rare and valuable and wonderful and great. So, hey, I think that famous art like this, it's totally worth the investment.
Well, I don't think people should spend so much money for art because there are so many other things to spend money on, especially on space exploration missions. We still don't know the nature of cosmic rays, and nobody really knows much about the Big Bang.
Okay, everyone. With that, today's article is now complete. But, as always, we sure hope that you guys have enjoyed reading along with us. Anyways, I'm Jeff.
I am Roger.
See you next time.